Hello, hello, everyone. How are y'all today? Or tonight, should I say? Um, anyways, I guess I'll just use the last of my hours, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that, to do a live stream on this stuff. But anyways, um, so the title of it is, "Hey, how you doing, Heige?" I hope I say that right. I hope I say that right. So, my thing is what's in y'all's bags? Like an open discussion thing on what people, it, if we all think the same, if we think independently and, differently on different items. Because I know everybody's bag, inch bag, get home bag, all this stuff. Everybody has different. Oh yeah, that is true. That is very true. And that's why I'm doing this. Because maybe somebody in other countries besides America and the UK will hear this or be able to make something to go and get to safety. You know what I mean? Just in case anything happens. Um, right. See, like most people, like me, I would never think about like shrink wrapping clothing and socks and stuff like that. Because you could make it a tighter bundle and you could also reuse that shrink wrap also in an emergency situation. See, that's a good.
Everything's fresh, man. I just picked the fry bin back, so I had to salt them in the fryer just to make it soft, just in case.
Thank you, bro.
No problem.
You have a good one, man. Sorry, I just got off work, so I'm getting my food. Oh yeah, yeah. See, that's one thing that people don't ever donate to homeless people either is socks. People don't understand the necessity of socks to protect, to not only protect your feet, but also to wick moisture away, to wick, you know, if your boots are soaking wet or anything like that, it gives you an extra protection for your skin. Um, I've noticed for the longest time people don't ever donate socks, underwear, but they'll donate shoes, they'll donate pants and shirts and jackets, but not necessity items. And that's one of the things, it's people don't people don't take that into consideration. And that's a great idea on thinking like that. Yeah. See, that's a great idea. I've always I have what's called I have my one of my waterproof bags, one of my seal bags and everything. I put that with my extra clothes and like my sleep clothes and stuff like that. In that, then I roll it as tight as I can, and sometimes I have a compression sack. If say if one of my sleeping bags gets too old or starts getting holes in it, I have to repurpose that sleeping bag. So I use the cinch bag in there to make it small and tight in a bundle. But yeah, I mean that's a great idea that you're giving out right now, and it makes it compact and light. Sorry, I'm going to turn off my camera so y'all don't watch me eat. But yeah, and like in emergency situations, most people most people aren't prepared for it. Most people, I mean, some situations should have been known and should have been prepared for. Um, People should have already been preparing themselves ahead of time. Um, but I know life gets in the way of people and media and stuff like that. They also throw us for a loop, make us second guess ourselves. Right. Oh, yeah. Color coding everything is a great idea. See, I used to think like that. I used to think that, prep for things getting wet. But since I've moved to Texas from another state where it used to be rainy, snowy, stuff like that, and I came to Texas where it's dry 99% of the time, I kind of lost that mentality because of where I am now. But yeah, like these are great ideas. And that's what we as a community need to discuss a lot of time. We need to be able to discuss how we prepare and how we do it, but not tell everybody what we carry in our bag. Because even a lot of the older preppers, survivalists, they still have that hermit mentality that they don't want people knowing a lot of their secrets. But they want to come on YouTube and tell people what they should do and what they shouldn't do without any guidance. Me, I don't care what people know I have in my bags. Because here's the thing, everybody and anybody's going to tell you what you have in your bag is wrong. You need to take this out and put this in. But people don't, but people also don't realize that not everybody has all that money to spend like other people do. So the stuff that I have is from my budget. I'm not going to go to some name brand, person or whatever when I can go to the Goodwill and get the exact same thing for cheaper instead of buying it new. Or I will go to Goodwill and go check their pots and pans. I will go and check everything in Goodwill and see if I can upcycle and reuse stuff that other people donated for the purpose that I need. Oh yeah. Yeah. Some things you want to take more than just duplicate also. It, I mean, like Bic lighters, disposable lighters, ferro rods, stuff like that. Like what you said, Sawyer minis, chlorine tablets, water purification tablets of any kind. Yeah, you want to triple or quadruple the amount that normal people that just sit around all day making these bags and never have field tested them say what you should do, because they're not using it in real life scenarios. We're always told that we're told by TV, we're told by a lot of places, like Harvard studies, all this. They say most survival cases and everything end within 72 hours. That's 3 days. Hey, Chad, how you doing, brother? But, that is the majority of 411 cases, stuff like that. But that's if people know. That's if you told people that you were going to a specific spot or this park or this area, and they know where that is, and they're able to tell people, if you're not back in 3 days, call the cops. Majority of 411 cases, these are people, individuals that have no family. They have no friends or relatives that they communicate with on this level like that. Um, and then there is, hey Beth, sis, how you doing? Oh, I understand, Chad, brother. I just got off work, brother. Nice. Yeah. But but like natural disasters. Look at Katrina that happened. Okay? Katrina, there was still people that they were finding on their rooftops 3 months after Katrina hit. So the theory of these, you know, piece of paper wielding um, geniuses saying that all survival and recovery thing happened within 48 hours is not true. I understand, Beth, sis. Yep. You always, I don't care who you are, you can be the average Joe down the street. You know what a knife is. Most people know how to use a knife. If you're going into a wilderness situation, carry a knife with you. Not for self defense or anything, but for other reasons. Because a knife is a tool, it's not a weapon like how we make it out to be on action movies and all this stuff. Before the Swiss Army knife and multi tools and everything, your pocket knife, our grandparents, their pocket knife was their multi tool. Their old timer pocket knife did everything for them. And the things that the older generation could do with a basic blade, a basic folding blade, is remarkable compared to our glamorized people on the survival markets today. Oh, you got to have a fixed blade knife. You have to have it at, at least 5 inches, not serrated, has to be carbon steel. All that is bullshit to the hype. You don't need any of that stuff. Our ancestors used their basic carbon steel kitchen knives because that's all that they had, and that did everything for them. So these people saying, "Oh, you need this $3,000 knife on your side, and you can conquer the world with it," is BS. Yeah, Rambo. How you doing, Bama? Yeah, that's it. I mean, they don't even make bill hook knives for bill hook knives were used for shoeing and cleaning hoofs and all this stuff. That was the farmer's everyday carry because it was a hooked blade. It could do foraging, it could do gathering, it could cut anything that you needed to cut, and it cleaned your horse's hoofs, it cleaned your all your animals' livestock's hoofs, took care of them, and that's all you needed. I have one. I still have my grandfather's one. Yeah, I'm glad, brother. But and but we've been brainwashed to believe that we have to go with all these high end materials, high end, high dollar items. And we don't. People that go high end, high dollar is people that have the money but don't have the skill set or the knowledge to handle situations with bare minimum gear. They are overcoming their skills and everything with items that will prepare them and protect them from weather and like inclement weather and disasters that they cannot handle themselves. So that's why I harp on people about making their skills, because even that $1,000 sleeping bag and that $2,000 tent, it's still man-made. It's still going to break down. Everything in your bag has an expiration date, has a number of use limit on it. Right? Right, sis? I mean, carbon steel blades are good. Carbon steel blades can be easily sharpened in the field. It can be struck on the back to create sparks. But the thing is, it wears down too easy. The blade does. So you're continuously sharpening it. So you're wearing down the metal of that blade. Oh, yeah. In this day of age, they think you're just trying to find your cell phone or your keys or whatever. But in this day of age, more people should be worried that more females are carrying guns now than ever before. But your bag, your bag is that, a bag. Over time, if you think you're going to break away, go out in the woods, live forever, well, that's good with natural materials and everything that's at hand. But the thing is, you're not going to be going through terrain and doing all that stuff for very long with man-made items. All bags, no matter how much it is, no matter how good of quality, how many triple military etched DD zippers, whatever it has on it, it will still fade. It will still break. Same thing with an ordinary backpack. They are both meant to do the exact same thing. Most high school backpacks are rated to carry enough weight to be graded by the military to be used because of everything that children have to carry in their bags. Nice. Sounds great, Chad. Yeah, brother. Hey, that's Amazon's mess up. They're lost your game, brother. That's that's the good thing with ordering online sometimes. And also the bad thing about ordering online sometimes. You know, you got somebody's $500 first aid kit, and they got your, $45 one. Somebody's complaining, but you're in the gold. Nice, brother. Nice. That's one thing also. I'm glad you brought that up, Chad. Like like most first aid kits, most first aid kits that are made that are stock first aid kits are basic how people in the survival community and everything, they call it boo-boo kits. You got gauze, you have bandages, you have, maybe an insta splint, like a piece of hardened rubber that will bend to whatever you need it to do, and you wrap it with the um what is it called? Adhesive wrap. So you can make a splint, you can, reset a bone, whatever. But that's about it. They may throw a few Advil or Tylenol in there, but most of them don't really have a long period on their natural products, like their antiseptics, their medicine, stuff like that. They have a really bad shelf date on them. And yeah, I know this is coming from me. You know, People say the shelf date of medicine makes it go bad and not as effective or whatever. But you know what? I will take 10-year-old aspirin constantly to try to get rid of a headache than sitting there in the middle of the woods trying to do minute tasks, thinking tasks, or anything with a pounding migraine. Hey, what's up, Uncle Ghosty Ghost? How you doing? Yeah. And see, multiple bags. That's where it comes. That's what a lot of survivalist prepper channels, prepper people don't talk about. They'd say to put a basic first aid kit in your inch bag and go with it. Most people have a fully stocked, pretty much a doctor in a bag kits. And then they try to tell you to run out in the middle of the woods, live and carry, you know, just a one bag. Well, most of us have 3 or 4 bags, and and the reality of things is you're not going to be able to trek and run away from a situation and carry every single bag that you have. You need to, I mean, you need to make a all-in-one bag. If you have time to load up every individual bag that you have in your car, then leave. That's good. But if you have to leave, like what's happening right now with individuals, they are traveling hundreds of miles on foot with just what they could carry in their hands. I mean, Right, Ghost. If you don't get the purge. Hey, brother. Hey. Pretty soon it may happen like that. I mean, look at the shit that's. I mean, your bag is the last resort for you. Don't make your bag your first choice in any situation. That bag is supposed to be in a corner, in a safe location that you can grab at a moment's notice and leave. But in times like this, that is your last resort. Stay at home, but always continuously check your bags. Yep. Nah, Beth. Ghost will come over and pick off a few for you. Didn't you hear him? That's what he wants to do. I could just see Ghost now, like, what is that? Um, that zombie movie with Zombieland. Ghost is hoping for Zombieland, but yeah, please don't make your bag your first resort. And also, make your bag able to be broken down into other bags. Make sure you have bags within bags. So you can make a scout bag. So you can make a foraging bag. You know, don't rely on a heavy turtle shell for everything. Right, Beth? Hey, Nightmare. What's up, Nightmare, brother? Because I don't want people getting into the hype about your bag is your lifesaver. And because here's the thing, if the end of the world happens, I know that after the first 3 months, 3 to 6 months, I'm going to be walking out in the middle of the woods and I'm going to find 20 or 30 dead bodies that have backpacks on their backs. Oh, it's all good, brother. It's all good. But don't be that statistic. Don't be that dead body in the woods because all your hopes and dreams relied on 2 or 3 pieces of padded cloth and your whole entire life crammed into it. But do rely on it when you have to get out of Dodge. But if you have a home, keep it safe, keep it prepared and ready. But make sure all the stuff that's in it is exactly what you're going to need for each situation. Have a little bit of every kind of situation packed into your bag. Say you're in the city, okay, and you're trying to get from the city to the country, all right? There is no sense in having a bag chocked full of urban survival gear when your main goal is to go into the wilderness and survive. And it's the exact same thing with wilderness people. They think they're going to be hillbilly Joe, go out into the middle of the boondocks and survive with all this wilderness equipment, traps, you know, fishing gear, hunting gear, all this stuff. But then in reality, they are making it into the city to do ration runs, or they're making it into the city to do a supply run for medical or whatever. And they don't have a damn thing to help them in an urban scenario. Always. Always, Uncle Ghost. What's up, Jax? Right. You know, but the Silcock key will help you through that whole entire thing. And if you have to get to a suburban area that is in the wilderness, but it also has, say, a small community, a gas station, grocery store, stuff like that, that's only a few or a couple miles away from the wilderness, you can still use that Silcock key to help you if you don't know if you don't know that wilderness yet, and you don't know where fresh national drinking water is. So you can make that hike in and out of the city back to wherever you are until you can find a permanent home in the wilderness that has water that you can use your Sawyer Mini for. How bad has it gotten, Ghost? All I'm getting is the snippets that's coming on YouTube and TikTok and stuff. But you have to look at everything. I mean, it's not just urban survival, wilderness survival that beats all. I mean, you're going to have to, you're also going to have to deal with human threats. You're going to have to deal with natural threats. You have to deal with breaking into buildings. Um, then, if worse comes to worse, you have to worry about poisoning. You have to worry about water pipes busting besides sewer pipes. You have to worry about the leakage of humanity going back into nature also, on top of everything else. I mean, right. Yeah, that's a good thing. You can load that up, you can carry it, you can push it. I mean, you can even take it on scavenging. Yeah. Yeah, Jax. I mean, with radiation poisoning, everybody's screwed. There is no there is no gold at the end of that tunnel. I mean, all you can do is pretty much stock up on iodine. Um, get as far away as you can from the source of the poisoning. No, you can't. I mean, it's better like if if it became that way, if it became that way where nukes are dropped, to tell you the truth, it's better to literally go to where the blast is and go ahead and end it all. Because all you're going to be doing, if you survive, is you're going to be trying to get away farther and farther and farther away from the radiation. But the radiation is going to go up into the clouds. It's going to come back down from the rain. It's going to start poisoning livestock. It's going to poison natural water sources. It's going to poison all vegetation. And there's only so much your thyroid can filter. It's easier. Yep. See, right there. Yeah. It. I mean, yeah. It's a train wreck. Yeah. It. That's one of the battles that I do not want to be in. I do not want to be here and be literally hell on earth. Yep. It's we've been in a nuclear scare so many times, and it's never came to that. I don't really think I don't think myself that that will ever happen, because nobody's stupid enough to do it, because in the long run nobody wins anything. We will all be dead from it. Right? I mean, it's good for military leaders to threaten with it. I mean, we threaten people all the time with nuclear power. That's kind of a go-to scare for a lot of people. But in the reality of it all, nobody's going to ever shoot nukes, because when nuclear war happens, it's going to cause a nuclear winter. And a nuclear winter is freezing. You think the winter that we've had this year is horrible and still going? A nuclear winter is radiation, snow, on top of freezing conditions. Right? But that's one of the things that is the least on people's worries. Um, Worrying right now for a lot of people is invasion, home invasion, like, and not like home invasion as like a burglar breaking into your house. I'm talking about enemy troops landing on your soil, taking over everything that you love. Like what's going on right now. That is a real fear. Not for not for say America or the UK, you know, but other countries. Other countries that are weaker and smaller than bigger named countries. Actually, not even EMP. That takes too much time, effort, and to drop an EMP wave that would be big enough to literally knock off everybody's power would have to be 10 times stronger, 10 times bigger than the mother of all bombs. The best way for anything to literally happen is for them to take over the internet. Everything is literally controlled by the internet. I mean, banks are controlled, lights are controlled, water are controlled. I mean, everything and anything is hooked up to the internet and can be easily accessed and hacked easily. Um, And I'm not talking about going and hacking the government or anything. I'm talking about hacking natural resources and natural items. I mean, if they could go into the power grid and hack into the power grid system and literally shut down a whole entire major city's power source and water source to where they can't drink, they have no heat, especially right now that's going on in the north. I mean, all the northern states, all of Canada, if they shut off their heat, I know a lot of them still have gas furnaces and stuff, but the thing is a lot of them are controlled now by power. It gets to a certain temperature, it shuts off. It's not like old school furnaces that would go nonstop. Mm, good luck, sis. Good luck. But if they were able to shut off all the northern states' power, water, the people would start dying in about 3 to 5 hours of it because humans can only withstand extreme temperatures for 3 hours straight before their body collapses and dies. So, I mean that is out in the bare wilderness, somewhere where they still have a warm house or something like that. It would start taking between 8 to 10 hours for humans in a house to freeze to death and die. Mm-hmm. Hey, CR brother, how you doing? That's a thing. That's a thing, sis, is because it takes too much time, it takes too much effort to literally do that stuff. It You would literally have to have a complete hacker army that is specifically made to monitor the internet and be able to hack through multiple firewalls and everything to get through their internet system. Maybe not. I mean, look at all the losses that Russia has taken so far, and they're still pushing their soldiers because their dictator does not care about their lives. He cares about his goal. He thought that if they went in with a giant army and started pushing guns and shooting, that they would just drop their guns and give in. He did not plan for the retaliation that he's received. And that's the thing that us in the UK, in America, stuff like that, I mean, in our own countries need to do. We need to be able to we need to be able to stop thinking about go bags, getting out of the situation. We need to think like the Wolverines, and we need to rise up to the occasion. Defend if you don't care about defending anybody else, rise up to defend your house only. Defend what you hold dear. If not, they're going to come. If you think you're going to bug out and run away and not care about what's going to happen, it won't be the same people that you left behind that are now taking over where you left. It's going to be other people with the same thing that you're carrying on strapped to your back. There you go, Chad. Yeah. Yes, sir. Prepperines, yes. It's it's a mindset that you have to get into. It's a mindset. Prepping is a great idea. Homesteading is a great idea. Survivalism, bushcrafting, they're all great, wonderful hobbies. Yes, yes. I am I am telling you the damn truth. This shit is hobbies to a majority of the community. There's only probably about 10% that are actually prepping and will stand behind what they're prepping for. But most of these homesteaders, most of these weekend warrior survivalists, you know, rich, you know, rich, I have nobody to take care of bushcrafters that all they do is go out in the woods and build a log cabin and cook a 4-course meal. They are just hobbyists. They are not real people that's doing this every day. Yeah, brother. See, here's the thing, brother. Like Mountain House meals, all they are is dehydrated Nor meals. You know what I mean? Like you can go and get the Nor pasta sides and rice sides and stuff like that for $1 a bag, and it can serve 2 people. The same thing with those Mountain House, Westinghouse, Prepper Pantry meals. They're all dehydrated meals, but they they push themselves to be survivalist foods. People have been brainwashed to believe I need these meals, but it's the exact same thing that you go down your grocery aisle and you pick up for dirt cheap. Sorry, give me 1 second. Anyways, sorry about that. Yeah, they're not any different, brother. Like they are the same dehydrated meals that you pick up. I mean, the exact same thing as Hungry Man mashed potatoes, those all grain potatoes, mashed potatoes, stuff like that, all powdered stuff, all dehydrated meals that you can throw in with some water, mix it together, put it in the microwave and eat it. Even the Dinty Moore meals, the little Dinty Moore microwave meals, they they're like $1.50, but they are literally the exact same thing that Dinty Moore makes for MREs to eat. They are pre-cooked, ready to go, and you just open it up and eat it. Hey, Chad, still keep it, brother. Keep it. It also you can go on Amazon and get a Westinghouse solar generator for like $150. You're going to need that also to keep with the oxygen generator. Yeah, they're loaded with salt, sis, but the thing is, I mean, what is it loaded with salt? Everything that you eat is sodium based to preserve it. Um, and I'd rather eat good and have high blood pressure than eating the same bland food every day and getting into hunger pains because my stomach is revolting against me of eating stuff with no flavor. You know what I mean? But I understand everybody's got different medical problems. Everybody's got different medical issues. They have certain diets that they can't eat. Next option for which one that we talked about, CR. Like I gave Chad another option with the solar power generator for his oxygen. I mean, for food, you can go multiple different ways. I mean, rice, beans, flour has ran multiple countries through war and famine for generations. But the thing is these spices that they put into this food to make them still edible to eat. Um, that's the big thing a lot of preppers don't prepare for is spices. I mean, right now you think, oh, I can eat, I can eat tacos every day. Yeah, you can eat tacos every day, but the thing is you're eating different tacos every day. If you eat nothing, I tell everybody this. Can you eat your favorite food? Think of one favorite food that you believe you can eat every day and never get tired of it. And I'm not talking about steak or bacon or, whatever. I'm talking about basic foods. Um, say a bean taco, just a basic bean taco, bean and tortilla, no cheese, no salsa, no nothing. Eat that every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. for 2 months and see if you'll ever touch that again in your life. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things, CR, nobody has enough storage in any house or any area of their land to have enough food saved up and prepped for 5 years. It's impossible because you have to rotate out the food. You have to at least try the food. And also, it's harder and harder to know what cans you can or cannot, uh, like plastics. Stuff that is in plastic, it literally will only last 6 months after the expiration date, because the plastic seals in it will start breaking down and get into food and will give you plastic poisoning, some kind of poisoning that's in the plastics, not BPA. It's a different kind of food grade plastic poisoning. Even basic canned food like Chef Boyardee right now, they have for complaining that they were having a metallic taste on in their food when they would cook it. So Chef Boyardee has changed the inside lining of aluminum cans to have a plastic insert. So a lot of things like that you have to watch out for. That's why I tell people when they're prepping to open up a can that they're eating and scrape the inside of the can. If you can't hear metal and you hear something else on the inside, it's got the plastic liner on it. But that's one of the problems that we're going to have. Most people in the best situations possible, like me in my house, we only have enough space to be able to preserve and collect and prep enough food, both canned and dry, for a year. And we could stretch it out for maybe a year and a half if we ration ourselves on that food. But sooner or later, we will have to go and scavenge. I mean, I have a year-round garden. I have chickens. I have guinea pigs. I have rabbits that I breed and I raise, and they are a meat source. They are a cheap and plentiful meat source, and they breed. You cannot always rely on your preps. You have to make alternatives to your food stuff. If you have your own land, you have enough land. If you have a good sized backyard, start making a garden now. Start raising chickens. You don't breeding them, but you can. I mean, a family of two, husband and wife, they can survive on 4 eggs a day. And that's enough protein and enough substance to survive. And also with like your go bag, don't forget to pack seeds. Don't forget to pack stuff to regrow everything that you have in the next area that you're going to be at. If you have to leave and leave your garden and everything, take your seeds with you, because you're going to do the exact same thing in the next area that you deem your next home. Don't forget that in your bug out bags, in your inch bags, stuff like that. Because if you get to an area and you want to set up, you need to restart. And the exact same thing is you're going to have to go back into civilization and try to restock everything that you just gave up at your castle to restart again. Hold on, sorry, I'm driving right now. I can't really read chat. They let those plants and everything wild grow. That means that they would come back and those plants would have offsprings. There would be other plants grown there naturally. Then they would just harvest it again. It's the same thing as how trees and plants and wild edibles. I mean, everything that's in a basic garden now was all wild, was all grown in the wilderness before we domesticated it and learned to mass produce it. That's why I tell people to grow a regular garden and also grow a wild garden. Let your wild garden grow in a patch of trees on your land or on the side of the road somewhere, and let it grow on its own. Let it adapt to the, let it adapt and customate to the area that you're at, so it can grow wild and its offsprings can better handle the situations, the weather, other things, and it will continuously produce for you. And it will blend in with nature. And normal people that don't know anything about nature will just walk by and think that it's just a bunch of weeds growing there. Because a lot of people, yeah, they know what a store-bought tomato looks like. They know what a store-bought cucumber looks like. Same thing with squash and green beans. But the thing is, they don't know what it looks like growing on the vine. Because here's the thing, like mesquite trees drop mesquite pods, and mesquite pods look just like string beans. And people get confused all the time saying, I don't know what that is. Is that poisonous? And I look at them and I say, no, it's mesquite beans. They're edible. They are clean. You can eat them once they're dried out, but you can't eat them when they're fresh and green. Yeah. Yeah, Chad. Potatoes, brother. Potatoes have saved the UK all the time. I mean, yeah, they can get a bad strain if they get what's called larvae or something like that, and that's the potato disease that pretty much wiped out, that had the potato famine of Ireland. um but potatoes has served this world thousands of times over, and you don't need anything but a 5-gallon bucket to grow red potatoes in. Red potatoes or gold potatoes, you can have up to 50 to 100 small potatoes in one go. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm getting a text. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Uh, Flat earther? Oh no, I am not a flat earther. I'll tell you that. I I can't comprehend that mindset, that thinking of that. Oh no, 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 no. But so, anyways, since I have y'all in here, oh yeah, yeah, Bigfoot is a myth, Beth. That is true. That I agree 100% with you, sis. Damn, damn Patterson and Gimli for paying that bodybuilder to walk in the woods. They walk on the edge, Nightmare. I love you, Nightmare. Yes, yes, I do. That I can, that I will. The Illuminati owns everything. The Illuminati, the Lolly Lolly Low, the Lolly Lolly Loo, or whatever they are. Mm, right, Nightmare. Wait. No, Beth, you met a hairy streaker. That's all you met. It wasn't Bigfoot. It was a hairy streaker running really slow. But yeah, Chad, I mean, if if you want to, I mean, if you want to do another, another podcast or whatever and talk about this stuff, like I can come on. I can, because here's the thing, Chad. A lot of people in all these fields, all right, except for survivalist fields, bushcrafters, all that bullshit, okay? Most people that are in like paranormal, encrypted, and UFOlogy, and urbex, even people that are how should I put them? Um, outer worldly thinking. Um, they all go to these random places in the middle of God knows where. Do it. Yes, CR. You know how my live streams run, brother. You know how I have everybody from every walk of life in my places. But the thing is, like, all these people, we are connected. We seriously are connected. Even woodsmen, bushcrafters, and stuff like that on their channels are seriously talking on their channels that are supposed to be survival and all this stuff and talking about the crazy experiences and hearing stuff in the wilderness and unexplainable encounters. And it's all in, because of the epidemic where people were literally going to the woods to get away from everything. Um, and now they're having weird experiences out there. But like a lot of people that listen to your podcast, Chad, they are not not survivalists or anything like that. And they go out to the middle of God knows where and do things. But they will take all their equipment, all of this stuff. They will even get 420 happy out in the woods, but they don't have anything to protect them if something happens. They don't have a mini survival kit. They don't have a bushcrafting kit. They don't even carry med kits on them. Right, Beth. I mean, because they are our ancestors. I mean, they're the ones that came up with this shit. Yeah, Chad. I mean, whenever you decide, because everybody needs to be prepared. It doesn't matter if you are a hardcore survivalist, prepper, whatever that's been doing it since you were 12 years old in the backwoods or whatever. Yeah, Chad. Yeah. And I know, and that's brother, that's why I support you because yeah, and I'm 100% with Chad on this. But the thing is a lot of the people that is on your that's in your chat rooms and everything now, they don't think like what we do. They don't take into the reality of what can happen if they go off the trail. They don't think that they're going to be the next 411 case in the middle of Yellowstone National Park or wherever. Yeah. Oh yeah, Beth. The so if I mean if we can teach people, and also it's reality, it's the realization these people, I mean, people have to learn, people have to see this stuff. And I guess it's the same way with people that's in the paranormal field and the cryptid fields and stuff like that, to think, oh, I do need a survival kit, or I do need a med kit with me. I do need an SOS GPS locator because, you know, I'm going to a haunted location or whatever in the middle of who knows where not even basic cars can get to. They have to literally walk out there. They need to know this stuff so they can, if anything happens to them, they can be rescued. Yeah, brother. I will I will back you 100% on it, Chad. And even if you want me to, I can help you and Sonny with it. I can be y'all's backup, kind of like how Spooky is with everything else. Right, Beth. Yeah. Yeah, CR. See, that's the thing, like a lot of the people that do this stuff, they do it as hobbies. I mean, I hate saying it. I hate saying that survivalism, bushcrafting, all this stuff that is skill based and everything, it is a hobby. It literally is. They have knowledge if something bad does go down. But the thing is, really, all they're doing is just sitting back and enjoying nature. and testing out new gear, new ideas. But the thing is testing all this stuff, seeing if it works or not, and is different than actually experiencing it. Yes, sir, CR. See, I like being in the bush, but a lot of the stuff is, I don't have the time to create, like I don't even have time to do blacksmithing anymore. And that's the sad thing. And because of work. Yeah, brother. Yeah. That that sounds awesome. I will give you I will do my best for you to help with any and every survival scenario. And the thing is like I do stuff on a budget because I know not everybody in the world has the money for all this stuff because it is an expensive hobby, just like anything else, all this stuff is money, money, money for something that may or may not ever happen. I dig your style too, brother. I'm glad Cassie got us together, man. I love talking with you, brother. No, you have it, Beth, sis. Yeah, I used to do that too, Beth, like in Tennessee and stuff. I would help with 411s. I would help find missing persons. But yes, but in reality, we need to start making bags, not as go bags, not as inch bags. We need to make bags for specific reasons. Say you're at your homestead, you're at your castle, wherever you're at, and you're out of medicine. You need, like me, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I need insulin. Say I'm actually running low on insulin and I need to go to a pharmacy and try to find insulin. Well, the thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a Scout Recon bag with me. I am going to take a bag that's going to get me in there, protect me from any humans or whatever I need to take care of, and also get me into the buildings that I need to get into to reach what I need. Nice, Beth. Yeah, Chad, Beth's a good old girl. She's got a lot of stories. So does CR. But we need to make bags for specific purposes, not one bag that rules them all. You also need a foraging bag to go with you on anything like that. Yeah, yeah, brother. whatever idea that you have, just run it by me. And I'm honest. If I don't know about something, I will research it and I'll look it up. If I've never heard of it or anything, it's got to be a new item that I've never heard of. But yeah, like, I mean, and we could run over basic survival bags that somebody could run to Dollar Tree before they go on an adventure or whatever. All right, brother. Yeah. Oh, CR, I love you, brother. Ah, see, I didn't handle any of that stuff, Beth. I was a tracker. I tracked them. I tracked movements. I tracked broken branches. I tracked clothing that would have ripped. I tracked, blood. That was the stuff that I did. I was literally their track dog. Just like how, just like how normal Native Americans were used. Our Native American ancestors were used to go and track people. Hey, David, how you doing, brother? Like, you know, we could get people started with basic gear, basic whatever that they can get from the Dollar Tree that will do the job in a pinch and get them out and get them to back to safety. Um, but like in but with end of times scenarios, stuff like that. The one bag idea sounds great. It sounds all right, cool. What is April 5th, Chad? I'm only off on Wednesdays and sometimes Thursdays. Uh, I could do the 6th for the Wednesday, because on Tuesdays I have to be at work when y'all go live. Um, but Thursday I'm free on the 12th. I'd be able to do the 12th. Yeah, yeah, the 12th would work, brother. 12th would be awesome. And it's good. And that's what us in this community are trying to get everybody to do. This community, this survival prepper, everything community. Yep. Sounds good, brother. Sounds great. Like, our community is meant to help everybody, to help normal people prepare. And, you know, I'm really the only one in our small community that I know that is trying to help people in the other fields. She is. She's gonna give you a gold star, Chad. Hey, Maria sis, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, pretty much, Beth. But yeah, because I want everybody in every field to be prepared. If they're dealing with the wilderness, if they're dealing with areas that can hurt them, and not only just that, just general preparedness for natural disasters. I mean, are you nightmare? You see? CR even gave you a gold star, Chad. But we all need to have the prepared mindset. If we don't, it's 2022. If we don't learn to be there for each other, to learn how to protect ourselves and not, because everybody has been brainwashed to allow the government to take care of them. And when push comes to shove, the government isn't going to be there. Just like the Great Depression, just like the Dust Bowl, they're not going to be there for anybody. They will after, maybe they will after the flood happens, after to the last survivors. But the thing is, you are one out of millions. You are the lowest one on the pecking order. You have to watch out for yourself. And the only person that can tell you how to make a bag, how to be prepared, how to do anything is yourself, because you know the area that you're at. You know what your body is. Hey, Cassie. speak of speak of a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful succubus, and they appear. Hi, Cassie sis. How you doing? You'd be so proud of Chad. He gets a gold star. Me and him set up a time and date for a podcast. But like what I was saying, only you know yourself. Only you know what you will eat. Only you know what you're allergic to, what you can and cannot have. It sounds great, Chad. I love it. You can listen to everybody, get ideas from everybody and anybody. But in the reality, don't listen to one individual on making your bag, your preps, your homestead any way but how you know how to run it. Oh yeah, we all love you, Cassie. But yeah, yeah. It was the 12th, sir. It was the 12th, Chad. On a Thursday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. your time, sir. Right, CR? It's I hate I hate these survivalists that tell you that you have to make it. Yes, yes, Cassie. I hate the survivalists that say that you have to do it this way or you're dead. You have to do it this, that way, or you're going to get hurt. Well, the same exact people that are buying these big name people's stuff are the same ones that's paying $200 to $300 plus for a 3 day getaway vacation in the woods to learn survival, to learn how to make bow, a bow drill or a hand drill, and learning how to survive with those basic necessities is going to get people killed in real situations. The time, the effort, the calories and everything that you're going to burn and waste trying to make a small little ember for 6 hours to put into a tinder bundle to try to blow into flames to make a fire with is ridiculous. When you can stick you can buy a 7 pack of Bic lighters from Walmart for $3 and have an instant flame right there. Oh, thank you, Cassie, sis. Chad. A lot of archaic ways and how a lot of people are archaic in a lot of their survival things is ridiculous. We are in 2022. There is no need for somebody to go and kill themselves trying to take their shoelaces out of their boot, find the right piece of softwood to make your grind board, and the right hard piece of wood to make your spindle, and then have the same piece of wood as your handle for your bow drill, and then grab the right leaves with the right amount of green in it to make the right amount of lubrication to make your spindle spin to create heat. is stupid. There's no point in that when you can just pull out a Bic lighter from your bag and light the tinder on fire and make your fire that way. Right, Chad. I mean, it's good to know it, but those skills, the bad thing about the archaic skills, the native skills, is if you don't practice every day with it, you lose the mechanics of it. You lose at what point do I need to push my full force into it to create the friction to make that ember? What size gap or opening do I need to collect the dust, or is it just going to be too big and all the dust falls out and not collect and stick together to create that ember? There's too much mathematical problems that can happen. Right, Chad. Right. Oh, hi. I've got enough people in chat that we got Owen Owen. Hello, Owen. Everybody in chat say hi to Owen before Owen, finds his way out. Bye, Owen. There we go. Anyways, yes. But see, things like that is when you need to bring in science. Yeah. Emergency flare, storm matches, magnesium block. You scrape off the magnesium from the magnesium block, then you strike it with the flint, then it automatically connects and burns. Um, you can you can do it also with magnesium citrate if you have any of those chemicals lying around on you. You're really only going to find those chemicals to purify water. It's like a cure-all material in third world countries like Africa, India, places like that still need that stuff. Yes, birch bark burns wet or dry. You peel it, and you peel off the already peeling pieces from birch. Don't pull it all the way around the tree because you will kill the tree doing that or cutting the bark off. You need the shedding bark. It's kind of like how fat wood is with pine trees. The bark has all of the flammable materials that's in it, and you scrape the inside of the bark into a small powder, light it on fire, and it automatically catches flame and it will burn. And most birch bark burns between 12 to 15 minutes. Yes, works with an empty lighter too, or a ferro rod, you know. Anything that can create a spark and it can catch, it will catch on fire. Nightmare, are you shooting an arrow? Oh yeah. I will do it, Chad. Don't threaten me with a good time, sir. Yeah. The 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 good birch trees, like, see down here in the south, Chad. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Star was hollering at me, but yeah, um, like down here in the South, in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all like the lower southern states, we have what's called river birch. Um, it's not the it's not as effective as natural birch, but you have to scrape it more because it dries out quicker than regular birch tree bark. Awesome, brother. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I got a I got an Alaskan Trail hot tent that I need to I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace for $20. There was a couple that moved down here to Texas from Minnesota, and they were selling all their winter gear. And I got their -30 below winter suit, their snowshoes. I got their it's like a 6-person hot tent, canvas hot tent with an ammo box, wood stove. Um, I got I got a lot of crap from them just for $20 because they wanted to get rid of it. Yes, you do, Maria sis. Give me a second. I actually got birch tree bark here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's in my junk drawers. Yeah, it's in my junk drawers. I gotta use y'all as light. This is a survival junk drawer. Do, 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 do. Got knives, ferro rod handle that I need to put a ferro rod in. My Roro spike knife. Hold on, I got it somewhere in here. My sandwich tin that has all my seeds in. This is my seed drawer. Oh yeah, I did a video on this thing. Somewhere in here. Hey, here we go. This looks like it. Oh crap, where is my birch bark? See, nope, gotta be up here. Ah, here it is. Told you. Hi. Hi. Hello, hello. Yep. There we go. There goes my dog. Anyways, oh, I got birch bark from one of my good friends, Ron T. Sawyer. He's a good he's a really good guy with the community and everything. He gives people a lot of this stuff. But yes, that works, Chad. That works, brother. Okay, so with birch bark, so it's really paper thin, okay? And I don't know. Yeah, y'all can see the birch tree has the what they call marble design on it. The inside of here. All right. What you do, brother, you take your knife. Hold on. Take your knife. Then you scrape the inside. I don't know if you saw that or not. Yeah, it's better to hold it onto the ground than you scrape it into a dust. Then that small little area where the dust is, you light on fire and it creates. No, this wasn't once a canoe. I got enough in here for like 17 different fires. Yeah. Yes, sir. CR is from Canada, so he has all the good, the good. I I am always ready to go camping, Chad. Always, brother. Ugh. And a big enough fire will be good. Yeah, it's like I don't know, 30, 32 out here. Hold on, let me check. Oh, it's 28. Eh, ain't that bad out here. Yes, sir. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan, brother. Yeah. But this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. That was the basic, the basic, like multi-tool for older generations, for 100+ years, great grandparents, grandparents. This is a bill hook knife. It's used for foraging. It's used for digging up roots. It's used for cutting through hoofs. Dehoofing animals, stuff like that. They also use this for castrating. um, then it also comes. Oh, Deanna! Hi, my favorite little cryptid. How you doing, sis? It also has a pry bar blade on it. Pry bar blade is used to pop off uh, horse hoofs, horseshoes, stuff like that. But it also has another blade on it that is at a 90-degree angle where they could strike ferro rods or anything else with this. It's also carbon steel, so you can make sparks off of it also. Ugh. Oh, thank you, Chad. This is my grandfather's with the pearl white. pearl white bone handle. Oh, Benchmades. Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Benchmades, out of a lot of the name brands, they're good. They're really, really good, brother. But I just don't see the price tag for them. If I have to pay $200 to $300 on a knife, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to use it. I'm afraid it's going to break on me, and I'm going to cry. Um, how long have I had this one? Ooh, I got this knife from my grandfather when I was 15. He had it when he was 20. He took it to World War II with him. He took it to the Korean War and on his farm. So over 100 years. My grandfather died when he was 95. There you go, Chad. There you go, brother. See, I have my own handmade knives that that I use, that I feel comfortable using. Yeah. And the thing, yeah, it's 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 my baby. I mean, this thing's been with me forever. So it's something you don't put away. You don't. It was meant to be used, and that's literally what I learned on. I learned how to cut. I learned how to harvest wild edibles with it. I learned how to cut roots. I learned how to do everything, carve with that. Yeah, yeah. Zippo. Zippo is the lighter that never dies. I mean, it's a multi-purpose lighter. It In a survival situation, everything on a Zippo lighter is burnable, just like everything on a Bic lighter is burnable also. Um, the plastic on Zippos, if you find a busted Zippo, you can still scrape the inside of the plastic on Zippos out with your knife, make it into a pile, and it will still strike and still light on fire with um, the flint and striker that's on it. The famous Altoid 10, the the uh, the mini lifesaver. Yeah, yes, sir, Chad. Nothing, nothing beats a specific made knife, because blacksmiths put their heart and soul, their energy into every pound of that blade. And yeah, infamous. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, Cassie. Zippos are the best. But every custom knife, I'm not talking about something that's on an assembly line that is sent out and everybody else has one. Sounds like a plan, brother. Sounds like a plan. If I brought all my gear, brother, I mean, you just saw my junk drawers. Those are just three of my junk drawers. But I'll bring a lot of my stuff. I'll bring stuff that has stories and everything, and like my marbles hatchet, my lovely, beautiful Mexican made flamboyant orange firefighter marbles hatchet. If any of y'all don't know anything, go to the Marbles website and look up their gear. they Those are the things I want to collect in my life because they are the most gaudy, ugly tools ever made, but they are the things that will take a beating and keep on going. Yeah. CR's got it right there. I want to see your collection, Beth. Yes, sir. That sounds like a plan, brother. That sounds like an awesome plan. See, this is the stuff that I love with our community. I love how we talk about the basic stuff and how everybody gets excited about it, you know? That's that's how we know we're human. We're basic. You know what I mean? In a sense. Like every one of us has a collection, has a calling to for knives. It is in our blood. It's Knives were the first tools. It's the first things that we could kill something with. It's the first thing that we could harvest stuff with. I mean, we could we could not only kill game, but we could now skin it. We could take its flesh and use it to cover our bodies. And it's all done with a knife. We didn't start learning to kill each other with knives until farther on down the road. Then it became a quote unquote weapon. Good. That's great. That's great, Chad. Cassie's coming with us. Cassie and Deanna's coming with us, Chad. We're gonna see if the we're gonna see if those girls can survive out in the wilderness. Yeah, right, Beth. Yeah. No, I quit that a long time ago, brother. And it never did anything to me. It just made me sick. Cassie, you'll survive. You and Dieta will survive with being Chad. We just have to get Deanna over her fear of eating squirrels and almost driving off the road because she almost hit one. We got to cure her. We got to cure her of her fear of killing cute, cuddly things. There we go. No, she won't. She won't ever live that down with me. She's supposed to be a cryptid. She's supposed to be this wild and crazy thing, and she feels sorry when a squirrel dies. Yes, like Are You Afraid of the Dark? I love that TV show. Yes, we will. Actually, the black bear will run from us. We'll uh, we'll take out a brown bear for you. I've ran into black bears and I've made noise, and the mother took off and left her two cubs just sitting there, like like Mom, where'd you go? Like, and then they saw me coming, and they're like, "Oh crap!" and they took off running. Oh, me and Chad will put a bear in a headlock for you, Cassie, sis. Yeah, I could just see it now. Cassie and Deanna's taking your bear home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chad. That's a big thing with a lot of they don't want to say that wolves are still around here in America. They call them coyote dogs. Well, coyote dogs are really a thing, but they still want to consider them in that same class. Yes, yes, CR. That was actually one of the things I want to do with my channel. I want to make a real life like end of the world survival show, but like in the middle of the woods somewhere or whatever, like something happens, and instead of like how other TV shows and everything, they show the survival, but they don't actually show how they're surviving. But in my show, I want to show the actual real survival skills that's being used, and the people, it's different every day. Like every episode or whatever would be of a different YouTuber that's in our communities, that is a part, that happens to come across the survival outpost, that's the last outpost of humanity. And I want to base it on a story. Everybody has their part. Everybody has a purpose of it. But we all show how to survive as a group, how to, brace the darkness, how to get over specific seasons, how to forage, how this basic, and not just like how the other TV shows show, oh, we got our food by growing a garden and all this stuff. Well, it doesn't show how they got those seeds. It doesn't show how they grew it. It doesn't show how they made the manure from the compost. Yeah. I want to do it. I really do, and I want to bring people into it. I want to bring our communities into it. I want to show that even even somebody that is been in the city all their life, Cassie or Deanna, y'all somehow managed to survive through everything. You had the willpower, the strive to survive, and you were able to find this civilization. You were able to literally go through hell and back. And what skills did you pick up? What did you learn to survive? I want that to be shown because anybody and everybody can be a survivalist. Anybody and everybody can be a prepper. You don't have to be a certain mindset. Every single one of us in chat can be a prepper. Every single one of us in this chat can be a bushcrafter. Every single one of us can be a survivalist. You don't have to be raised in the deep south or in the middle of God knows where on a deserted island somewhere to be what we glamorize ourselves to be. Hey Ryan brother, how you doing? Don't have too much fun with that thumbs up back there, Ryan. Remember, we don't need another we don't need you having another restraining order. Thank you, Chad, brother. Thank you. And see that's the problem I have with this stuff is I don't know how to work. I don't know how to work all this. I just have a cell phone, you know. I don't have fancy cameras and whatever to make my dream come true, my money has to go to the homestead. My money has to go to taking care of everything, like taking care of family, taking care of what if scenarios. It I I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad that I can't do this stuff, and I want to give people I want to give people the same quality stuff that I imagine, and I'm afraid that I just don't have that stuff to do it for people. Right, Ryan? I There hasn't been a survival book written in the last 30 years of the changing state of things. I mean, it would be a good idea, but I don't know if it would be thrown in a bargain bin somewhere, because when people think of survival, when people think of prepping, they think of the bastardized TV shows that's came out, like Doomsday Preppers, and with all everything that's happened throughout history, with cults, Waco, Texas, stuff like that. They put preppers into that same mindset as insanity. And technically, a lot of preppers are insane. They are in the way that they're thinking. But it's because we're constantly trying to find an escape to every what if scenario to be safe. Thanks, Ryan, brother. Right, CR? Yeah, in reality, preppers aren't supposed to help people. The mindset that I was raised up with came from moonshiners and homesteaders and stuff from deep Georgia. Like, they were a community, but your closest neighbor was about 5 to 8 miles away from you. And everything that you had, the knowledge that you had, was not supposed to be passed on to anybody but in your family. Yeah, Chad. Thank you, brother. Yeah. And that's true. I mean, most of them are archaic. Most of them are telling people to make, you know, lean-tos in the middle of the woods and covering it in moss and all this stuff. But, they don't take into consideration how many calories, how much you have to do that. And if you're trapped in a situation where you only have 2 hours of daylight before night, you're not going to erect a lean-to and sleep the night away and make a fire and all this stuff to keep you alive. You're just not. It's one or the other. And even then, with 2 hours of daylight, trying to break sticks and twigs and collect moss in the wilderness, you're going to hurt yourself because you're going to make a mistake because you're scared, you're alone, and you're thinking, I need safety. That's why you see these TV shows where these survivalists are making their shelters and everything at 7 o'clock in the morning and making their fire after they build their shelter. Right, Ryan? Yeah. Yes, Beth. I'm not afraid to going into a grocery store and buying tampons or pads or makeup or anything. I'm not afraid of doing it. I don't care if I look like one of the biggest drag queens in the world. They don't know me. They don't know what I'm using it for. Right. How you going to dig that big hole and everything if you just got your bare hands and that the dirt is like red clay mud? Because not everybody's got sand like some people, Ryan. Oh yeah, Chad. Yeah. Right, CR. Yeah. I mean, everything is a tinder. Everything. Duct tape, electrical tape, tampons, pads, everything is reusable and burnable. it's good to keep your fire going. You also have to realize in your situation, what do you need the most out of the three? Because everybody needs everybody needs the three things to survive: food, water, shelter. But the thing is each one of us are different in what we need first. Like me, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I need water because I'm always thirsty, because that's what happens with diabetes. You're always thirsty. I need water. Then I need food because I can't go without food. So my backup is finding a good, reliable food source. That's why I always carry a fishing kit with me or a hunting kit with me, like a trap set, because I need that food. I know a lot of wild edibles, but not all wild edibles. Shelter, shelters I can give two cares less about that. I can crawl up under a rock cliff or whatever and protect me from storm or whatever. But fire, fire is what I need. It needs to keep me warm because diabetics are susceptible to hyperthermia. So I need that fire. But it's the same thing with other people. What do you need first? What do you, I mean, everybody needs water. Yes. That is really the first thing in any survival situation, is to find fresh water, fresh flowing water. It doesn't matter if it's fresh flowing water. People scare, I mean, survivalists and all this stuff has scared people for years, saying that Giardia and cryptosporidium and everything is in every bit of wild water, because, oh, a dead animal has probably fell into the water somewhere upstream. 95% of that is bullshit. Most wild animals are not going to water to die. And if a fish dies in the water, it floats downstream. It doesn't stay in one place like a deer or whatever. So you don't have to really worry about Giardia or anything like that. Maybe 1 out of 3 streams may carry Giardia, but most of the time, like in the south and up north, most streams are coming from directly from clean mountain water, and it's drinkable. Just like moss. Moss is an antiseptic. It's clean and it's a sponge. It absorbs water. You can pull up moss off of a rock or the ground, squeeze it, and get fresh drinking water out of it. You can also use it as toilet paper. And the thing is, I'll tell you one thing, that water's clean. Even if a giant moose or bear comes by and pops a squat on that spot, you can still pull that moss up, wipe the poo off of it, and still drink it, and it will still be good. Yeah, Giardia and everything, it's not a, I mean, it's not a joke, but I've had it. But the thing is once you've had Giardia and everything, you cannot get it again after it clears out of your system. But also with Giardia, you don't have to drink the water to get that sickness either. You can splash it in your eyes, you can get it in your nose, you can You can take a bath in the water and it gets in your ears, or it just hits your lips and you lick your lips. You can get it that way also. It's not just ingesting the water. Yeah, that is true, Ryan. Well, you don't. I mean, you can have moss tea, but the thing is you got to boil it in the water, and it creates an antiseptic for like upset stomachs and colds and stuff like that. But you have to drink. But you have to boil it in the water. You don't eat it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Beth. I've done the exact same thing. It's big in a lot of the South. I mean, it happens because a lot of the South and everything has stagnant pools that are beside streams and rivers, and that's what collects the giardia and everything. The stagnant pools and the fresh water going into those and coming back out. Like kind of like wave pools kind of. They will go in, they will circle around that water and bring it back out. So it's still contaminating into that dirty water. It's not like a dead animal just like fell over dead in the water. Oh shit, really? That's fucked up, Beth. But yeah, I didn't have that. I I drunk out of a I drunk out of a stagnant river. Well, I mean, it wasn't stagnant. It was pushing the giardia out of a stagnant pool that was beside the river. So I got it that way. But giardia isn't like a single day thing. It affects people differently. One person may drink the water and get giardia the next day. One person may drink the water and get it 3 days later. One person may get it a week later. It all depends on how your body handles it and the strength of the disease. Yeah. But the thing is even if you had giardia or dysentery or anything like that, it's better to still stay by that water source because it's already in your body, and continuously drink from that water source in a natural area, not like the city like what Beth's talking about. But because if you're in the wilderness, you're going to have dehydration, you're going to have diarrhea, and you're going to be vomiting. So you need to replenish all that water, and the only way you can do that is getting the exact same water. It's not going to make you any sicker, and it's not going to build up more in your body. What you need to do is, after you already have it, you need to go about 5 feet away from the bank, and you need to dig a 6 to 8 inch hole. Let the water seep in through the dirt and the rocks and the silt and clean that water and make a fresh drinking source for you. Then start drinking that water and beat the sickness that way. Gotcha, Beth. But that's how you beat it in a natural source. The city water and everything, that's purification problems. I mean, it was either a septic tank that was too close to the natural to the clean drinking water. There could have been could have been outhouses that was around that was leaching in feces, like fecal matter and stuff like that, through the ground into the water some way or form. There's hundreds of different things that could have. Yeah, beaver fever. That's it. That's from leaking of septic tanks and outhouses, where people were making outhouses and destroying the outhouses, but not getting rid of the actual poop chute and letting that seep into the pipes. Yeah. Boil advisories happen because it happened here in Texas when the snowstorm hit. When the snowstorm hit, the water pipes busted and they were literally right beside sewage tanks. And when the sewage tanks busted and everything, it was leaking into the clean water, coming into the pipes, into houses, into buildings and everything. You'd have to boil the water and drink it. Yep, yep. Beaver fever. And it's weird that they call it beaver fever because the original beaver fever was because of beaver dams being built and people drinking water where it would go through the beaver dam, and it was kind of like a version of rabies. But then they changed it to beaver fever with human feces. And no, beaver fever was a thing, like especially in rural counties and stuff. Like beaver dams would build up in like reservoirs and stuff, and that water that was coming through the beaver dams and everything, it would take the beaver fecal matter, beaver hair, you know, and distribute it into the water and going into the purified drinking areas. Yes, that is a good one, Nightmare. That is a very good water filter bottle. Just like the Catadine water filter bottles, the squeeze ones, those things are awesome, but expensive. Beaver fever. All right, family. It is 3 a.m. here. I got to get some sleep and everything. I got to go to work tomorrow. But thank you all. And Chad, I will see you on the 12th, sir, at 10 a.m. And we're going to have a blast, brother. All right, everybody. If y'all don't know Mr. Chad Smith podcast, go check him out. Go and check out his channel and all right, Chad, brother. I will I will do my best, brother. I will do my best to keep them up. But everybody, y'all take care and see me and Chad on the Chad Smith podcast. Nice, Nightmare, nice. But I love you, family. Y'all take care and be safe out there. All right. Bye.